Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर
Krishna Hare
भक्तवृंद।
Ram.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण everyone. So today is the 27th of October. It is a Friday. Ashwini Masa or Padmanabha Masa, Sukla Paksham, Chaturdasi Tithi. So there are no Vaishnav events today. So we shall quickly enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. So tomorrow it is Sharad Paurnami. So I think it is a beautiful pastime tomorrow. But today there are no Vaishnav events. So we shall quickly enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj is speaking to Dharma, and then he understood that the personified bull, the personified Dharma in the form of bull, he is none other than it is Dharma himself. So he understands that, and then he just telling the qualities of Dharma and properties of Dharma. So Dharma, he stands on the four legs in the Kruta Yuga, and because Adharma is prominent gradually, so because of that, in the age of Kali, he is now three legs of Dharma were destroyed. So likewise, now he understood tapasaucham dhaya satyam iti padaha krute krutaha adharma amshaihi trayo bhagnaha smayasanga madaivaha madaihi tava. So these are due to the pride and also association with the woman and also intoxication. Because of these three qualities, bad qualities, this dharma, so tapa saucham dhaya, three legs of dharma were destroyed. Trayo bhagnaha, they were destroyed. So now Parikshit understand that now dharma is standing on only one leg. Somehow or other, even though he is standing on only one leg, still this Kali, he is trying to destroy even that one with the weapon of adharma. Adharma is the this is untruthfulness. So this is just by a deceit, which is kind of a one of the kind of a gambling kind of thing. So likewise, Parikshit is speaking to Dharma now. So we are in the first canto, chapter 17, verse number 25. Idanim dharmapadaste satyam nirvartayejjatah tam jigrukshati adharmoyam andrute yeditah kalihi. Idanim dharmapadaste. So now, so once upon a time, you have got tapah saucham dhaya satyam. So now, idanim dharmapadaste. So, O dharma, now you have got only one leg, that is satyam, that is the truthfulness. Idanim dharmapadaste satyam nirvartayejjatah. And you are somehow or other, you are standing on only one leg. Somehow or other, you are standing on only one leg. Satyam nirvartayejjatah. Tam jigrapshati adharmoyam. Even that leg also being trying to be destroyed by the adharma. Tam jigrapshati adharmo ayam. this person, adharma, irreligious principles, those are trying to destroy even that satyam. Tam jagrakshati adharmoyam anrutena, that is by anrutena, by deceit. Yeditaha kalihi. So yeditaha kalihi, this is Kali is flourishing. Because of the Kali is flourishing, even that one leg is also being destroyed. That is through the weapon of deceit. That is the adharma amsha. Likewise, Parikshit is trying to understand. Idanim dharma padaste satyam nirvartayadhyataha tam jagrakshati adharmoyam andutena yeditah kalihi. So translation for this verse is, you are now standing on one leg only, which is your truthfulness, and you are somehow or other hobbling along, but quarrel personified Kali, flourishing by deceit, is also trying to destroy that leg. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The principles of religion do not stand on some dogmas or man-made formulas, but they stand on four primary regulative observances, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. The mass of people must be taught to practice these principles from childhood. Austerity means to accept voluntarily things which may not be very comfortable for the body, but are conducive for spiritual realization. For example, fasting. Fasting twice or 4 times a month is a sort of austerity which may be voluntarily accepted for spiritual realization only and not for any other purposes, political or otherwise. Fastings which are meant for not for self-realization but for some other purposes are condemned in the Bhagavad Gita 17.5 and 6. Similarly, cleanliness is necessary both for the mind and for the body. Simply bodily cleanliness may help to some extent, but cleanliness of the mind is necessary, and it is effected by glorifying the Supreme Lord. No one can cleanse the accumulated mental dust without glorifying the Supreme Lord. A godless civilization cannot cleanse the mind because it has no idea of God. And for this simple reason, people under such a civilization cannot have good qualifications. However, they may be materially equipped. We have to see things by their resultant action. The resultant action of human civilization in the age of Kali is dissatisfaction. So everyone is anxious to get peace of mind. This peace of mind was complete in the Satya age because of the existence of the above mentioned attributes of the human beings. Gradually, these attributes have diminished in the Treta Yuga to 3/4, in the Dwapara Yuga to half, and in this age of Kali to 1/4, which is also gradually diminishing on account of prevailing untruthfulness. By pride, either artificial or real, the resultant action of austerity is spoiled. By too much affection for female association, cleanliness is spoiled. By too much addiction to intoxication, mercy is spoiled. And by too much lying propaganda, truthfulness is spoiled. The revival of Bhagavad Dharma can save human civilization from falling prey to evils of all description. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning about the austerities and cleanliness, mercy and truthfulness one has to practice from the childhood. Even though there are bodily uncomforts, but it is conducive for spiritual realization. Somewhere or other one has to go through those pains and pleasures. They are fixed. But when they engage these pains and pleasures directly in the service of Krishna, so then everything will come into the perfectness. So just like when a soul get diseased and come into the material existence, when all of his activities, the karma is offered to Krishna, that will turn into as a medicine, aushadhi. Likewise, Narada Muni also confirms in the Bhagavatam when he speaks to Vyasadeva. And also these fastings and all these austerities to be only for self-realization, not for the some other political or some other purposes, or to satisfy oneself, or just for bodily health. That is not recommended here. So everything is only for the spiritual perspective, transcendental perspective, for eternal benefit, not for the temporarily bodily or to get some kind of fame in the society, not for that purpose. And also no one can cleanse the accumulated mental health dust. So this one also, the munis or the devotees are suggested to meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord and complete the Lord's deity form. सञ्चिन्तयेद्भगवतो चरणारविन्दं वज्राङ्कुशध्वज सरोरुह लाञ्छनाढ्यम् उत्तुङ्गरक्तविलसत्नखचक्रवाल जोष्णाभिराहदमहद्हृदयान्धकारम्. So starting from the lotus feet of the Lord, and his lotus feet is stamped with the imprinted with the symbols like Dvaja, Vajra, Ankusha, Dvaja, Saroruha. So these four symbols, and likewise when starting meditation with that one, Josna Birahata Mahad Hrudayandakaram, all the dust and accumulated in the heart, it will be completely cleansed. And how that is cleansed? Why it can be cleansed? Yatsaucha Nisruta Saripravrodakena Tidhena Mudhi Adhikrutena Siva Siva Jatu Manha Samalasela Nisrusta Vajram Jhaye Chiram Bhagavato Charanaravindam. So beautifully. What is that? So here, Yatsaucha Nisruta Saritpravarodakena Tidhena Mudhi Adhikrutena Siva Sivo Abhut. So the lotus feet from the lotus feet of the Lord, the Tirtha comes, and the Tirthena Mudhi Adhikrutena, Lord Shankara keeps the Tirtha on top of his head, Siva Siva Bhut, and to purify himself further. And that is the lotus feet of Krishna. And Jatu Manha Samala Saila Nisrusta Vajram, that the sins all completely piled up like a bigger mountain. Nisrusta Vajram, and Krishna's lotus feet act as the Vajrayuda to even destroy that kind of the pile of mountains of sins. And that lotus feet needs to be meditated. Jayet Chiram Bhagavato Charanaravindam. For a longer period, that lotus feet needs to be meditated. Then accumulated mental dust so that will be completely purified. So without glorifying the Supreme Lord, a godless civilization cannot cleanse the mind because it has no idea of God. So for the simple reason, people hara bhaktasya kuto mahadgunaha. So this is also mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Without becoming a devotee of Krishna, one cannot have any good qualities. So that is, Prabhupada is explaining very beautifully here. And mainly it is the resultant action of human civilization in the age of Kali is dissatisfaction. We see everyone are trying to accumulate somewhere or other so much of wealth or in some way other opulences or comforts, but still there is a dissatisfaction. But everyone wanted to get peace of mind. Everyone are trying to get so much save the money. Companies, the organizations they are trying to save money, profitable business, economic development. These are actually their dissatisfaction. They are going towards dissatisfaction. So here, how one has to meditate, and by practicing austerities and penances, cleanliness, and all these things. So this have to be practiced from the childhood onwards. Okay, so this is, and then gradual development of degradation of dharma, Prabhupada is mentioning here, and that can be revived only through Bhagavata dharma. then only human civilization can be protected, falling from prey to the evils of all description. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So here Parikshit understands that properly. Idanim dharma padaste satyam nirvartayedjataha tam jigrukshati adharmoyam anrutena yeditah kalihi. So just by deceit, so even that satya, the only one leg of the dharma, is also being destroyed. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's letter. So today, letter to Kapiladev, October 24, 1969, date and hash. Can I request dear devotees to read this letter?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can read.
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Kapila Dev, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated October 18, 1969, and have carefully the contents. It doesn't matter that you were unable to remain in Vancouver because now you are serving Krishna in the Seattle temple. This is the meaning of transcendental. The devotee of Krishna is beyond the touch of time and space because these are simply external features. The only concern of Krishna's devotee is to serve Krishna to the highest of perfection in whichever situation Krishna wishes him to remain. Regarding Nityananda Prabhu breaking the sannyasa rod of Lord Chaitanya, the explanation is that this was to show that Lord Chaitanya was Krishna, so he had no necessity of taking sannyasa. In the highest sense, the Vaishnavas are meant for being members of the family of Krishna, to serve as friend, to serve as parent, to serve as lover. So, for such elevated devotees, sannyasa is superfluous. But still, Lord Chaitanya took sannyas just to prove it factually that so far as the material conditions are concerned, they must be given up. Without knowing this fact, some so-called Vaishnavas have material conditions have turned to be sahajya. This means one who takes everything as very easy. All the acharyas, beginning from Lord Buddha, Sankaracharya, Ramanuja, etc., all of them renounce this world. So renunciation is required, but when one makes progress after renunciation towards spiritual life and enters into the pastimes of Krishna, then things become. The summary is that sannyasa is renunciation, which is imperative for all. Nityananda's breaking the sannyasa rod of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was with the purpose to show that Lord Chaitanya is transcendental to all material conditions. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 1.97. Please offer my blessings to others. I hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Yeah, so I think so like Nityananda Prabhu says, just as Srila Prabhupada says that being a devotee of the Lord in a relationship with him is the highest, and that's what eventually comes. That's like the end goal kind of thing for us, so that we have a relationship with the Lord in one of the rasas. And sannyasa is like a step. It can be a stepping stone for that, because then the absorption in the Lord becomes. But this is for normal people, I think, that like it becomes the absorption, and then obviously the practices make that the sannyasi is like literally in a relationship with Krishna only, or should be. And then that is conducive, because then they are focused on their relationship with Krishna and not the external things. However, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's Lord, sannyasa is above him. So he doesn't, that's why Nityananda Prabhu breaks the rod, that this sannyasa is still a material condition of the material world, to kind of purify, I suppose, and to develop that relationship with Lord Shri Krishna. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's Lord, he's beyond that. He's surpassed that. Not just surpassed it, he doesn't need it. It's only like sannyasa is for conditioned soul, so that they can further, I don't know if it's a conditioned soul, but they can further develop their relationship with Krishna. It's like a progressive. So it's obviously in material life, it's the highest stage that someone can reach. But for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's like he's beyond that, like he's past that, because he is the Lord. So it doesn't apply to him. And then yeah, like I think Srila Prabhupada's also telling like devotees that our only role really is to serve Krishna, and whichever way Krishna keeps us, we have to. That's it. Like that's just it, and we are beyond time and space, because we're serving the Supreme Lord. So devotees of the Lord, that's the only purpose. It's not to have anything else but to serve the Lord. Like that's the only goal. And then in whichever condition we're kept, that should be at the forefront of our mind, that we serve Krishna, nothing else. It's just that should be our mental focus.
Thank you, Mataji. That is a beautiful thing. So Krishna devotees are always transcendental, so they do not do or engage themselves in the material conditions. So that is the quality of a devotee. Otherwise, the material people, they are trying to do something and enjoy the results of their actions. So that is the difference. But devotee, he would only to please to Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took sannyasa just because to give audience to the conditioned souls. Some people were criticizing when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Gopi Bhava. So during the time, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, so to deliver these conditioned souls, if I take sannyasa, all ashramas, they would respect me. In such a way, they will get benefit. That is the purpose of sannyasa. And breaking the rod, Nityananda Prabhu. So it is once again a very beautiful pastime. It doesn't apply to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is already transcendental. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, so he has come here to give all the Krishna Prema to everyone, which has not been given by anyone before. Anarpita chirim chirat karunayavati nah kalu samarpitum unnatotjula rasam subhakti shriyam harihi purata surata sandhi spuratu wa Sachinandanaha. So Harihi Purata Sundara Jiji Sudam Kadamba Sandipitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu va Sachinandanaha. That Supreme Personality of our Godhead who has taken birth in the womb of Sachi Devi and who is with the Purata Sundara Kadamba Sandipitaha with the golden complexion. He is always just all exists in my heart. And he has come here. Anarpel Cherim Chirat Karunaya Vatina Kalu Samarpitu Unnatodhula Rasam Subhakti Shriyam. Subhakti Shriyam. That is the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, to give all the Krishna prema to everyone. Okay, so that is Prabhupada's descriptions here. Yeah, that is, and dear devotees, any other comments from anyone else?
I think there's also the
Hare
one about
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think what it was say, the main thing was, well, adding to what Mataji said and what you've said, I picked up that Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not have to take sannyas. He did it because he wanted to show us that how to deal with the material world. So, and it connects with these the acharyas who gave up the material world to gain the highest level of perfection. So that's what comes up. It's okay. You can. There was also some message about the so-called Vaishnavas who have turned to what's it called, Sahajiya? I've never heard that word before.
Yeah, Sahajiya.
Which means that people just take it, give up, just take it easy, don't care about anything, and don't take part in the activities in the world in a serious way. And they pointed out that this message, Prabhupada saying the acharyas who give up everything, they renounce the world, they got the highest spiritual level of life, and because they looked to the pastimes of Krishna and got this level of perfection. So what he's saying is renouncing everything will bring you perfection. I think that's what I gather briefly. Hare Krishna. So keep surrendering, performing pure, sincere, serious perform devotional service, and with renunciate of obviously you have to renounce to get that level, and from that level you become to the highest platform of liberation, Hare Krishna, or perfection if you want to call it, but which is the transcendental level, which you mentioned already, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji. Any other updates? Any other devotees you wanted to mention?
I think it's also that, I don't know, I've heard this before, I don't know, like obviously like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful that he's saying that anybody that just mentions Krishna's name, even just once, that they're a devotee. But then there is that other aspect of it, that actually spiritual life is not cheap, and there is an endeavor for it, that like Sahajya, like they think that they're in Gopi Bhav, or people just think they're in some mode, just like at the click of a finger, but actually there's an internal journey that has to take place as well. And then he said, like, Buddha and Ramanujacharya Prabhu, these these are highly elevated, they are Lord, they're, or the devotees of Lord, and they, it shouldn't be taken cheaply as well. Like, on one hand, that there is that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful and he's saying, you know, everybody's a devotee, anyone that says Krishna's name. But then at the same time, he's also contrasting it by saying that there is you know, there is a purification that, not a purification that needs to happen, but there's a seriousness to it as well. And that's why these great souls, because something actually, obviously something is coming from that. That's why their devotion gets deeper and deeper, or something is happening through that process of sannyas. Yeah, can't explain.
So these acharyas, and beginning from Lord Buddha, he comes Ahimso Paramo Dharma. Shankaracharya is Advaitam, Ramanujacharya, Visishtadvaitam. So likewise, they have proposed different philosophies, but everything is ultimately taking only to going back to Godhead only, and renounce this material world back to Godhead. But paths are different paths, how they take. Some are relishing, some are a bit dry, and some are in a mixed way. But because people of different categories existing in this material world, so we have to be very serious about it. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. What are the qualities a devotee? But when it comes to Krishna consciousness, it is completely pure, 100% from the Bhagavad Gita perspective, Srimad Bhagavatam. It is Paramahamsas. So all the Paramahamsas only come to take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Tada Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalakmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidanardam Katam Pashyami Histriya. So those are the words from Kunti Maharani as well. So that is Krishna consciousness. One has to be very serious about it. That is from Srila Prabhupada's letter.
Can I just share a tip, please, that I learned yesterday from this Lord Shiva devotee, and I think it would really help people in this regard. Can I just share it?
If it is in a bullet points for Mataji, so already we have seven.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Should I share? Okay, so it's just really quick that, you know, sometimes we face so many difficulties in you know, in our progress or whatever, and especially in this level of, you know, where we're going through purification, we're trying to cleanse our mind or whatever. If we ask the question what we want, then everything becomes easy. So say, for example, if the goal is that I want, I don't know, I want good association with all devotees, or I want to be Krishna conscious, or I'm just trying to think from the way I want to be Krishna conscious, or I want to better my Krishna consciousness, I want to improve my relationship with devotees and Krishna, or I want to be a sannyasi because I want to improve my relationship. Whatever we want, then we act backwards on it. So if we want to be Krishna conscious, then if we act backwards, then once we set that intention, then the rest follows. So, for example, if we're having problems or in relationships with other devotees, or if we're anything, if we're having problems with any part of the thing, being Krishna conscious, then if we just say we want to be Krishna conscious, everything we do thereafter, it will lead to, you know, or we'll just forgive someone, or we'll just let something go, or we'll just, you know, it won't matter to us or whatever, because the ultimate intention that we put out is that I want to be Krishna conscious. So everything, you kind of work backwards from it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, Mother, so that is right. But everything, so everyone wanted to be like that, but their actions only can tell whether their intention is that one or not. But am I waking up right? Am I chanting properly? Am I doing, following, placing myself among the devotees association, reading Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita? Intentions are very high, that is good, but that comes through the words, talking, and then actions. That is how one can be seen. Otherwise, intentions, many people, 90% of the people, they will have good intentions only, wanted to be devotee, but it would come through the words, how they speak, and by their actions, what they do. That is only the way to exhibit. There is no other way. For example, if the person wakes up early morning and then attending Mangalarati, that means his words automatically come, his intentions also will be visible there. But if I have good intentions, but I wake up at 7 o'clock, then so such kind of things, it may not be practical. It may be long time for that kind of devotee. So good intentions will be visible only through the actions and the words.
Yeah.
And everything will follow as you say. Thank you so much, Mataji, for bringing that point. Okay, so that is from the Prabhupada's letter and from the announcements point of view. So tomorrow morning we have got Bhagavatam, tomorrow afternoon Krishna Club at 12 o'clock, tomorrow evening our regular Bhagavad Gita Sangha with Vipin Viharidasa Prabhu. That's all updates from me, and also the fundraise for Lord Narasimha. There, we are going to end up by this Sunday, and then we will offer the Lakshmi to the Lord. Okay, that's all updates from me, nothing else new. And the dear devotees, if you have got any further updates from the temple or any events are going on, or you wanted to share anything else on Krishna consciousness, kindly share.
Prabhu, just quickly want to mention tomorrow we Krishna Club because of the half term we're taking a break. Tomorrow we'll resume it next week, week after, and not this Sunday. Sunday after we have another gardening service. If you want to join, Prabhu. Very good.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for updating on the Krishna Club as well and temple services. Okay, so any other updates, or we shall conclude and continue with further japa? दानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत Hare Krishna. Just everyone.
Very good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi
Vasudhi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda.